Good afternoon, good afternoon again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article, share on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning 1 will we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys. You're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips or surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please go ahead and use your headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and you're watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised. All right, to comment 44, prepare yourselves for the stupid. One comment supports its arguments regarding the ineffectiveness of non ESD treatment options for certain individuals by asserting that for the individuals on whom ESDs have been used at JRC, all other behavioral and pharmacological treatment options were attempted and failed. Bullshit! Bullshit. And I already know that is bullshit because I have commentary from parents who've sent their kids to this hellhole that tells me this is bullshit. Okay? School board ABA is not trying everything. Okay? Very obviously, there are reasons why ABA doesn't work. Because again, we are ignoring the forest for trees. We're not getting to the root cause, so nothing is being dealt with. How the hell do you expect the behavior to change if you're not dealing with what's causing the behavior? This is basic logic 101 here. Logic would dictate the behavior is coming from somewhere. Whether that is something that it is an issue we are consciously aware of or not. Maybe it's a physical thing. You get what I'm saying here, right? They don't spring up from nowhere. The logical person would seek to find out the thing that is causing the behaviors, seeking to find the thing, not assuming that you know. That is the one of the biggest sins throughout ABA. They think they know why. And they're not just wrong, they're God, like subatomic wrong. I don't even have an analogy there for that. Okay? What happens with the JRC kids is the school complains, right? Don't know how to deal with us, don't have the money to get the teachers trained, even those in special ed, to deal with us, and you want to kick the can down the road. Okay? Most of these parents don't even know at the time that a full functional behavioral assessment is absolutely necessary 100% to get done first before you begin any form of treatment program. None of these parents were told this. None of those teachers referred those parents to clinics where their kids could get a proper full functional behavioral assessment done first. That is the only damn thing in Missouri they haven't taken away yet. Our state requires a full assessment be done before we even begin to talk about treatment programs. All right? But we tried everything and nothing would work. You are playing Russian roulette with your kids' treatment program. Throwing, I don't know. I can't even come up with an analogy for that, folks. All right? This is not trying everything. And then say, but then the JRC, they did some positive behavioral supports and it just wasn't working. What do you actually know about positive behavioral supports? Let's start with the fact that you are trying to use that term as well, you're trying to use it as though it's a treatment program in and of itself. It's not. It's an umbrella term to help categorize a series of different types of treatment programs that fall underneath it. It's for organizational purposes only. Let's start there. Let's also add the fact that we know for a fact, and it was boldly stated in their so called refutation of the 2006 report, that not only does the JRC do not do any form of actual professional positive behavioral reinforcement treatments, they don't even know what it is or how it can be utilized. Okay? When you literally have the center itself telling you that they don't know how it works and they don't know how to utilize it and use it in their facility, that should be up front and center to tell you no, everything has not been tried. Okay? We gotta stop with this crap. This is your kid's life. We are going to be on these treatment programs for the rest of our lives. You gotta act accordingly. The first step before you make any form of decisions in regards to treatment programs should always be diagnosis, then a full functional behavioral assessment to follow it. Otherwise, you could throw them in all types of different treatment programs, and I guarantee you, all of them are going to fail because they're based on nothing. Okay? How do you know if your kid going in this treatment program is like the other kids who are autistic going on that treatment program? You don't. What may work for them is probably not going to work for me. What works for me is probably not going to work for them. Again, this is basic logic 101 here. All right? We know for a fact that they have not tried everything. They have not even done their due diligence to refer parents first to the clinic and then to get a full behavioral assessment done. Most of these parents don't even know what that is, that have sent those kids to that place. So, what we read is a bunch of people who insist that torturing us has to be the answer because they can't seem to figure out how to cater the treatment program to their kids' specific issues because nobody cared enough to show them how. Okay? If you go into treatment programs without a full functional behavioral assessment being done, your kid is probably going to speed through every single one of them and none of them work. And then you're sitting there wondering why? That's why. Okay? Because no two autistics sitting side by side in a room are the same, nor does our diagnosis affect us in the same way. Okay? Duh. God. And the whole, but we tried the medicines. Did you let the doctor just throw the pills at you, Karen? But none of the drugs work no matter what the doctor prescribed. Did you give an actual good give and take with the doctor with how each medication affected your kid? Yes or no? These doctors aren't maniacal Mr. Burns types waiting to just dope up your kid because it's Tuesday. They know what they're doing, but they can't prescribe a proper medicine if you are not talking to them properly. If a drug is not working, tell the doctor why. Does the kid act any differently on the medication? Are there emotional issues that sometimes get worse on a particular medication? If you want to find a proper medication, you have to be able to have these conversations with your kid's doctor. And as you get older, the kid has to be able to have those conversations. Okay? Stop with the whole doping into catatonia. It's not 1972. Pharmacology has evolved light years since when the JRC was first founded. It's a bad faith argument. Okay? Spare me the bullshit. For the love of God. I'm old, cranky, and tired. If you haven't noticed, everything they said in that statement is bullshit. They have not tried everything. They paid Russian roulette with their child's health because nobody actually cared to walk them through how the system works. Which, by the way, was part of my job with this state. I was the one that began the help of walking through things. Teachers in schools need to be a hell of a lot better educated as if this is their default here. A school, like mine did, that does its due diligence not just brings up the concerns, but suggests maybe a clinic or clinician, a doctor to go get an official diagnosis done. That doctor usually then refers you to get a full functional behavioral assessment done. Then will we have the actual information that we need at hand? We can be looking at different treatment program options, what they look like, what are the specific difficulties. You see where I'm going here, right? Good, because I'm so tired. But there is no other options for them, and you don't know people as severe as them. I was them, Karen, for the love of God. I was them. I also worked in the field. All right. You cannot say to me, look me in the damn eye, as much as I would hate it, curse you, and say with your full chest that no kid out there in all the world who's being treated by those programs are as severe as your kids, because the numbers do not work. All right. There's millions of us all over the world. All of us have been under some form of treatment program. Those who have been successful have been to the quality of care that was taking and shaping our treatment programs from get-go. That has been my experience both as the person on the receiving end and the person who's helped forming those programs, advocating on the behalf of the consumer. We're going to go ahead and close on that. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, you know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit those comments. I appreciate your time. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I'll see you again here in a few seconds. Bye-bye, everyone.